Ready? Hello, welcome to the 214 Sports Show. Everything Dallas Sports, everything right here every Thursday at 9 a.m. here with Joseph Duffy and Courtney Machani.
Why is he smiling like
What?
that, bro?
I'm overjoyed.
You grinning, man. How are you overjoyed right now? There's not a lot of good. We don't have a lot of good things to talk about this episode. I don't know what you're talking about.
Going wrong in DFW sports. I just can't help myself but smile to get through the pain.
Sometimes that's what you need, man. It's the best medicine sometimes, especially with the Stars and the Mavs, man. But how are you doing, Courtney?
I had to go to bed early last night. It was a Tim Hardaway brick that sent me to bed last night. So that's how I'm feeling. I'm still thinking about that break. But other than that, I'm doing just fine. It's hot outside.
My dad had to call it a night, too. He couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't finish that game.
I could just hear all the TVs turning off after that shot. You just hear it around the world. All right, that's it.
Odd, bro.
So, we all know what happened last night. What was last night for us, the Dallas Stars fell to the Colorado Avalanche in Game 1, and also the Dallas Mavericks lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1. And so we'll talk a little bit about that, obviously. That's going to be majority of the episode. We'll talk a little bit maybe about the Rangers, who are rolling right now against the A's. And then, that's really going to be the episode today. I don't think we have anything else to talk about. Do we want to talk Cowboys? Do we care about the Cowboys? I don't have any really big news. Yeah. Let's start off with a good note then for this episode. I'm going to do on today's date, and this was a year ago, last year, May 9th, 2023. We had the Dallas Stars beat the Seattle Kraken, tie the series up 2-2. It was a score of 6-3. Otter did not have that good of a game. He only had 16 saves. He gave up 3 goals. But the offense came through. You had Jamie Benn with a goal on a power play. Pavelski also had a power play goal. You also had, I believe, Thomas Harley scored a goal. Rupe Hintz also had a goal, and then Max Domi had the 2 other goals. Miss Max Domi a lot, but I will say I do like our fourth and third liners out there right now for this season. But yeah, I mean, good win, obviously, going down 2-1, coming back and winning that series in the end. Very pivotal Game 4 victory there. So I couldn't find any good wins for the Mavericks on May 9th in the playoffs. They don't have a lot of playoff games that have gone on May 9th recently. So unfortunate. But anyways, I do want to give you all a little trivia question. And this might be just if you're paying attention to our Twitter account. I did my own research. I know some other people have been stating this, but let's see if y'all know the fact. But the trivia question is when is the last year that the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars both reached the second round in the same year?
I'll let Courtney answer because I actually saw it already because the post. But
I knew Joe got it. Joe saw all the Twitter facts. I know he would.
I gotta like up every single tweet I see from the 214 account.
No, here's the problem. Listen, my TL has been filled with a lot of Kendrick Lamar and Drake. My TL just hasn't been filled with the good old 214 sports content. And it's quite unfortunate because it's my favorite page on the X landscape. I'm gonna guess.
Amazing page. Y'all should follow it.
Amazing page. Everyone should follow that the 214 Sports Show on X and every other platform. But my answer is going to be, I don't think it's recent. I don't think it's like 2021 or anything like that. I think it's going to be like our championship season in 2011. I think that's when the Stars and the Mavericks both made the second round.
All right, locked in that final answer. And Joe, do you want to be the one to give the answer out?
Sadly, Courtney, you're a tad off. 'Cause I was surprised it was this long anyways. It was actually 2003. Would you believe that? The year 2003, last time both of them made the second round the same year.
That means I'm like almost pretty certain that means that literally everyone on this pod was not alive the last time that both the Stars and Mavs made it past past the first round the same year.
True. That's true.
Wild.
Wait,
Unbelievable.
so I'm pretty sure it's mostly on the Stars. Pretty sure the Stars or something. Like, okay.
The Stars were the mostly sorry team, yeah.
Yeah, because Derek was making the playoffs every year.
Yeah, because Derek was making the playoffs at least every year.
50-win season.
Yeah, but he did miss. He did get out in the first round a lot. Those later years, obviously, after 2011, didn't win a playoff series till 2012 or 2022. The Stars have picked it up in the last 10 years or so, but the Dirk era, the Mavs dominated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Stars were just coming off of their short dynasty in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so, yeah, that is the last time that the Mavs and Stars both made it to the second round. So cherish this. Cherish this. This is a very good moment in Dallas sports history. And hopefully they can put some fight up. They both lost game one in round one and still were able to win it. I still believe in this crew. We're going to start off with the Mavericks. Before we get into it, let's play our quick game of Purtle that we always do, the NBA version of Purtle, or Wordle. Gosh. All right. That's a funny ad. I'm going to cure it. All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
What's the first guess?
Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams? Gosh, that's not a fun name to think about right now.
Freaking 3 every four
right.
and 5 and 6.
So we got an Eastern player. Oh, man. Yeah, don't. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
Jimmy Butler's a good one. Bye, Jimmy.
I don't know, but y'all loved how Pat Riley was talking a few days ago. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, he said.
Oh, man, he's going crazy on him.
I love it.
Going crazy.
The Godfather.
To be fair, I truly believe Jimmy Butler saved the Miami Heat franchise from mediocrity, but
he did.
You know, Pat Riley
He
wants
did.
to talk like that. He wants to talk like that.
Ringless.
Pat Riley's getting old, man. He's getting sick of these teams.
He's getting sick of these dudes yapping, bro, without playing.
He hasn't seen a championship in a while. He wants it badly.
He's starving.
All right. Who else?
Who is shorter than 6'7"?
Jaylen Brown. I'm just trying to think of people who would be. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well then.
From deep.
All right.
30 feet, I guess. Wow. Okay.
Hey. Hey, look at his names: Jalen, Jimmy, and Jalen. And we got Jalen. Let's go.
We were getting all these. Go ahead.
I saw him say something like, "It might be a fake. It might be a fake quote. I don't even know." But I saw him say he wanted revenge
got
from
sacked?
Cleveland. I think I got sad, bro. Did he say he wanted revenge from Cleveland? Or that
Well,
fake quote, bro?
essentially what he was saying was 2018 is still in his mind, losing that Game 7 against LeBron. I don't know if he said that quote. You might have gone sacked. I don't know, but what he said was still like
even if he wants revenge for 2018, bro, none of those players except Tristan Thompson were on that roster.
That's Tristan Thompson, man.
I saw someone say like all the guys in the Cavs team were doing geometry homework the last time that game happened. I mean, none of them were in the NBA, bro. Like you had a chance at your get back, and you couldn't get LeBron when he was there. So I don't know.
Yeah, the Thunder players were in middle school when that game happened.
Wild, man.
And that's actually probably real. That's actually probably true.
No, probably is true.
But let's move on to the Mavericks. So we all know 92-115 was the final score, I believe. 95-117, my fault, from last night's score against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, not much to look at the box score here for the Mavericks. Got locked up. Shea finished with 29, the highest score of the game. The only player to score over 20 points from either teams other than Shea would be Kyrie at 20. So I mean, I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about Game 1. Obviously, just tell me what are your thoughts. You know, I don't really have any hard hitting questions. Just tell me what you're thinking. You know.
Well, for one, the turnovers were just atrocious. Way too many. The lack of ball control was insane to me. I couldn't believe how many turnovers we were getting. I was kind of disappointed in Luka's play. I know he's going through that big knee injury right now, so I'll cut him a little bit of slack. But man, like the 3-point shooting, it hasn't been there the entire playoffs. So I'm thinking that we should try to be a little more aggressive mid-range or down low if your knee is hurt. But there's no reason to keep jacking up these threes if we can't even make them. Secondly, the free throw shooting was not good at all. I'm not sure what's going on in these past few games, but we've just been breaking a lot from the free throw line. But thirdly, man, Daniel Gafford, bro. I don't know what's happened to the NBA field goal percentage leader, but it's like
good though. He played like
he still played pretty decent.
He played okay.
He did go 5 or 12, but I think.
But man, like he's drawing fouls, sure, and he did his job. I say relatively well from the free throw line, but man, like he's like diving. He's like trying to soar like from the middle of the paint. And I'm not sure what you're trying to do. Like, you're not going to throw it down. Their defense is too good in the low post. I mean, there's no point in doing that. Make a move somewhat and get a better shot in the low post instead of trying to dive from the middle of the paint to get a less frequent shot right there, because he was missing like these wide open shots that were actually not being as contested down low as he anticipated it to be. And then you end up just diving on the floor, and now it's a 5-on-4 the other way because you're just on the ground because you were trying to dive from 15 feet away. So, I mean, I thought his shot selection was a little bit weird at times. Again, the three-point shooting was a little bit off from, all sides right in this game, but, the Thunder heated up eventually in the fourth quarter. I just thought that Luka has to step up in this ball game. The free throw shooting has to step up because the ball control was getting out of control. And they start to really clamp us up. I guess you can call it the torture chamber that people have been hyping up that Luka's going to have to face. I'm still not fully convinced by it in the playoffs. I really think they can exploit him eventually, but this was just not a good game at all for these Mavericks. I do think they can bounce back because we did not win game ones, apparently.
I mean, I'm telling you, man.
By the way.
Luka tore up a prime Clippers team that was supposed to be one of the best defensive teams. Prime Kawhi, prime Paul George for 2 years straight. All right, I don't want to hear nothing about Lou Dort. I'm not worried about no Lou Dort. All right, I'm just saying the torture chamber. That is pretty funny though. It ain't good as a PJL though. All right, we're playing Shane PJL. All right.
Oh, PJ got to stop fouling, bro. We can have a jail.
Yeah,
we can have a.
He's too worried about freaking Aura picks. He needs to, get back into squad.
Get those Instagram flicks.
Yeah,
that's what he wants.
Like, bro, bro. Like
Marcus Simeon was doing that yesterday. That's how inspirational that pick was, bro. Marcus Simeon was doing that in the dugout.
It's a cold pick. But listen, I would say for me, obviously. We're no strangers to losing game one. I think it's been like 5 or 6 series now where we lost the first game of game one. So, I mean, it's pretty much – I expected to go into that game losing game one. But I'm also I didn't like what I saw from the Mavs. I don't think any of us did. It really was a bright spot. Luka versus another MVP candidate did, step up, which I expected him to because he usually does. Obviously, he's dealing with that injury. But he deferred to Kyrie a lot, and then the issue persists in that when he deferred to Kyrie wasn't taking his shots either. Kyrie couldn't get to the paint like that. I think Kyrie only shot like around like the mid-teens range. I don't remember the exact number, but he had shot a lot. I remember him not shooting a lot. Like I said earlier, our best player was Daniel Gafford, and even Daniel Gafford didn't have a prime Daniel Gafford game. Like he was under 50% in field goal percentage. He did block a lot, but I feel like that low post defense. I mean, this team is kind of scary because they're so athletic and they're long, they're lanky. They don't have a lot of girth, but when they can still do good at D. They got good low post D, even with not a lot of girth. They are lanky, and I think that like that kind of scares the Mavericks a little bit because the team we were facing before, the Clippers. It kind of reminds me of the Nuggets series. They talk about the Nuggets a lot. They haven't been talking about the Mavs because obviously we just played our first game. But the Nuggets were beating up on an old Lakers team for like the past 2 years. And then they come against the Timberwolves and they are facing young, athletic, hungry dogs. We beat up on let's face it, an older Clippers roster who has a lot more, who one of their stars was basically hurt. Obviously, our star was hurt too. But, I mean, that roster, we were better than them, obviously. And now we're facing this Thunder team who's young, hungry, athletic, fast. And I don't know, momentum might not be shifting in our favor just because Luka's hurt. And so I'm really scared about that. Looks like they have momentum shifting their way, but I think if the Mavericks know anything, they know how to come back. And so I'm promising about game 2, but if they just let Tim Hardaway just break up shots, and I feel like to me, all the half court offense was just high pick and high rolls, and that's all they really went to. There wasn't really anything else but those high screen pick and rolls, and so they need to switch it up. If they switch it up, then they might have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's also a big factor that, it's hard to go from a Clippers series where you go and play 6 games and have only 3 days rest versus a team that just went and swept the team, had a couple blowouts in that game or in that series, and had a whole week's rest. They're also way, way, way more younger than you, and also less injured than you. I mean, you're looking at the Thunder, and I mean, more than half the team just 5 years ago were in AAU tournaments. They were playing like 3 games a day. They're used to this stuff. They're not tired at all. But I mean, you got. I just think that the depletion, having Maxi Kleber get hurt is a huge, huge problem for the Mavericks and in this playoff run. I know that a lot of people don't like Maxi. But when you're looking at what Maxi does, yeah, I'm looking at you, Joe. There's
a lot of people.
But look, I mean, he's been a very good shooter for us in the playoffs in recent years, and especially this year when he was healthy. He was huge in Game 5, obviously. I mean, look, he's our only big that can switch on the guards and is able to guard them pretty well. You put him off now to Shea, now Jalen Williams, all these players are getting switches off with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, not Maxi Kleber, who aren't as, they're not as mobile as Maxi. And it's getting them in foul trouble. It's getting more fouls. They're getting the Thunder to the line more. And the offense is less efficient now. Only 95 points, only 20 points from Kyrie Irving, 19 from Luka. Maxi helps this offense so much by spreading the floor, always being able, even able to put it on the floor at times, and be active on the perimeter, both offense and defense. It's a huge problem, but I will say now that does bring more attention to Daniel Gafford, and that's the reason why they might be crowding him in the paint more often now when he is on the floor. And so, I do like, in the end, 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 blocks is still good. But the thing is that we have players like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dante Exum getting minutes, and they are not contributing at all right now. No disrespect. I love Dante Exum. Love him so much. He's a great player, but this playoffs, he's just not been shooting well. He's not contributing. He's not being able to move the ball as well as he was in the regular season. It looks like his confidence is down with his minutes as well. So, I hope they can pick it up because, I know a lot of people want Jaden Hardy to get those minutes that Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dante Exum are getting right now, but, who knows if Jaden Hardy is going to be more productive. We know he can score. Can he be good on the defensive side? Can he be good with, moving the ball? And so that's what we really need. That's what we really need. We also need 3-point shooting, which he could do.
Some Markieff Morris minutes.
Some Markieff Morris minutes. We might need some Markieff Morris minutes. That's a PJ Tucker situation, an old ass guy that doesn't play much, but hey, it's the playoffs now. Put him in. Put him on the court. Yeah, he knows what he's doing in the playoffs. He's been there. I'm actually not gonna lie. Markieff Morris minutes is not a dumb idea at all. Give him like 10 minutes a game, see what he can do. And if he does good, put him in that rotation. He could be a Maxi Kleber replacement.
What happened to Dante's Inferno? What happened to Dante's Inferno?
Our best 3-point shooter in the regular season. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
It's been almost unplayable. It's unfortunate. And that even dates back to the Clippers series, obviously, not just game 1 against the Thunder. That Clippers series, he played awful, got played out, played himself out of the series. But it's not just game 1, it's a best of 7 series, and with Tim Hardaway Jr. playing the way he is, we're going to need Dante Exum to play those minutes. And we're going to need probably Jaden Hardy maybe to get some rotation minutes soon. We'll see. Because I'm really wondering, when is it time for us to put Tim Hardaway Jr. out of the rotation? It's a lot of times. It's a tough conversation. Because, in the end, this guy can get you 20 points in 2 quarters just like that. You know, he's so streaky. You know, you don't want to take him out of the rotation, make him lose his confidence, and become just the cold shooter that he is now. You know, we don't want him to become that entirely by taking away his confidence. But you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. It might be time to take him out of the rotation, get something new in there, like Jaden Hardy, fresh legs.
Bro, man, with confidence issues at this age, I mean, it's just time to go.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Like,
I know.
You shouldn't be this old.
He has one of those sequences. Go ahead, Courtney. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I'm just saying you shouldn't be this old, this tricky. That's all I was gonna say.
Every time I see, it's the same sequence every time he's playing. He all of a sudden pulls up a 3 out of nowhere. We get an offensive rebound. They pass back out to him. He shoots it like there's 2 seconds left on the clock, bro. It's wild. It happens every game he's back. I'm like, come on, man. Like, just swing the rock. You don't have to shoot every single time you have the ball.
That wide open missed layup in Game 1 against LA was almost a deal breaker for me. That was almost a deal breaker for me with him. But I don't know. For this team to win, though, we really, really need Gafford and Lively to play good, for sure. I think losing Maxey is just awful. It's not going to help us at all. It's way worse than what people think it is. He is in our most efficient lineups this year, our top 3 most efficient lineups. He's in all 3 of them. So it's tough to see that go, but still a very good series, and still the Mavs, I think, still have a really good chance of winning this series. And so, yeah, do y'all have any more comments about the Dallas Mavericks before we move on?
Good luck to them.
Good luck to them.
That's all I can really say, too.
That's all I can really say. My
hope is that they take advantage.
Is he frozen for you?
Yeah, he's frozen.
Okay.
This is a funny freeze. This is a funny one. This might be one of my favorite TJ freezes.
Hashtag TJ freezes, man. Weekly occurrence. I guess we'll go on to the next one. Dallas Stars go down 0-1 to Colorado Avalanche. Go ahead and give me your thoughts, Joe, on the 0-1 start.
You know, a 3-0 quick lead in the first period. Okay. 3-0 quick. I know TJ's going to go crazy. He was in attendance, for those who don't know who are watching the show.
Yes.
I believe the Krill Curse entered the American Airlines Center. He tried to – he always talks about how when we watch together, it always ends up bad. But I guess
I'm pretty sure every time he goes to a game, too,
he carried the bad juju. I mean, no, TJ, not this way, man. He had nice seats, too. 3-0 lead, probably thought we were about to, start cooking, and man, what happened? I tell you what, this team just completely foiled. They got locked up on the offensive end, and the defensive side, they just kept folding. Jake Andre couldn't stop anything past the second period. Very hard to watch, so TJ will fill us up.
Okay, he will for sure fill us up. But I mean, like you said, I obviously was. What time did this game happen by chance?
It was the exact same time as the Mavs game. For some reason, the logistics are all like off for this game. Both are at like the same time. Both series have games at the same days and same times. So if you're a Dallas sports fan, it's just pretty rough.
So you just poor. But is this one in Colorado or this one at AAC? This was at AAC.
No, it's starting in Dallas, and then it's going to be in Colorado.
And then they go switch. Okay. Dang. I mean, honestly, I saw the collapse that they had. I did see that on Twitter. Other than that, I really didn't see much of the game. I'm assuming, it's regular Dallas sports stuff. Collapses.
Typical.
Honestly, TJ, our hockey expert, will fill us out. But he's currently, dealing with some technical difficulties. So we might have to switch.
I will say,
our topic here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I was just gonna say, Miles Wood, his OT winner was just incredible. I
believe you.
It's Jamie Benn. But where is Joe Pavelski? Where is Joe Pavelski?
Where is he? I don't know.
Come on, man. He is
I'm wondering the same thing.
Yeah, he's just been absolutely a no-show. We got to put out a missing report on Joe Pavelski because we cannot find him. He is gone.
I've been looking so long. I mean, didn't see him game one.
I will say, for the meantime, we could talk a little bit of Rangers baseball as well.
Yes, we can. They are number one right now. In the AL.
In the AL West, yeah. But
yes, not the AL, obviously.
This team has been rolling. I couldn't believe. Well, they've gone through a lot of injuries. Now Nathan Eovaldi is going on in the IL temporarily because of. Oh, is he back?
Issue. TJ, Chris, Mike, and Cam already in use. Ask them to close all apps, tabs, and refresh. What? That means
TJ, we can't see you.
Hear him, but
no. He is gone, and he should be back. We'll start the Rangers one on time.
Go ahead, go the Rangers.
This is TST. This is 214 Sports off air. It's a little bit
a new series that we got. How'd you end your classes anyway? Let's just go a little. How'd you end your finals? Had good finals,
bro. One that might have screwed me over. I think I got 93.54. I'm not even lying.
Yeah,
one of them I hadn't ate in all year.
That's nice.
We're still live, by the way.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're still live.
Hell yeah.
214 Sports off air.
Yeah. I apologize.
Graduated to the indoor.
Yes, switch locations.
I migrated. The laptop is got to get a new laptop eventually. This is not the best laptop. But anyways, what were y'all talking about? Huh?
Talking about where the heck was Joe Pavelski? That's what we were saying. Where was he? We need to file a missing persons report because this man just was nowhere to be found. I'll leave it to you, TJ. I've seen enough.
We need you to fill in the holes because we can't make sense of this.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Joe Pavelski, nowhere to be found. Let me get to that.
Man,
so look, real quick.
This guy can say real quick. Man, you're about to, boy.
Yeah, I mean,
watch.
Hey, Pete DuBois has already said what needs to be said about this, but look, I mean, so first of all, I mean, we didn't really talk about the series victories against the Clippers and the Knights. Great series by the Stars. Great series by the Stars. I was expecting the Knights to win that. Because I mean, it's the defending series champs, the LTIR Golden Knights. They're gonna be good in the playoffs, and I was expecting them to play good. Mark Stone was actually injured. I was very surprised, and I've kind of earned some respect to Vegas from this series. I'm not gonna lie, but let me get to Game 1, Colorado. All right, got some really good tickets, by the way, for Game 1. Knowing that the Mavs and Stars are allergic to winning Game 1s. They just don't win Game 1s. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to break it. I'm going to go to this game. I'm excited. Cheap tickets. And we get up 3-0. All right. Suter gets a goal. Johnston gets another goal. Jamie Benn gets a goal. And we're up 3-0 going into that second period, even having a minute power play going into that second period. And I'm like, I just feel good about this game. I don't feel good at all. I feel good at all. I've seen the Colorado come back from 3-0 against us in Dallas already this year. And I also went to a game against Colorado in January where we were up 2 goals in the third period and lost. And I also went to a game in March against Florida where we were up 3-0 as well and lost that game. And I'm like, I'm not confident. Not confident at all. I know what Colorado can do. I know they score a bunch of goals. But then the refs start giving them some ticky-tack, pity penalty calls, man. Start giving them they gave Dallas so many power plays in that first period that they felt so bad for Colorado that they started giving them these pity penalties, these tripping calls. Next thing you know, Colorado trips Rupe Hintz. Oh no, Rupe Hintz fell. He embellished it. Now he's going to the box too. It's a 4-on-4. It's not a Stars power play. You think we're going to give you another power play? We can't. It goes against the NHL. We can't have uneven power plays. They have to be even. We have to make sure that it doesn't look like we're giving another team an edge. You just gave Colorado the edge because you gave them pity calls. Look, I'm going to die on this hill. Right? You cannot embellish and dive, or you cannot embellish and trip somebody. It is either tripping or embellishment. It cannot be both. You cannot get tripped and embellish. You can embellish, but you can't get tripped when you embellish. Like, I want to see that ref get whacked hard as hell in the knee and then try to fall down. And try to stay standing, I mean. I want to see that ref get whacked hard as hell with that hockey stick in the knee, see if he keeps skating. All right?
Flip it.
Embellish my ass. Fuck that call. I'm so sick of that, man. I'm so sick of that stupid calls, those stupid pity calls. Got Colorado back in the game. And that's the same thing that happened against Florida when I went to the game when we were up 3-0. They started giving pity calls to Florida. This is just what happens. Let's feel bad for teams. They're grown men. They don't need your help. All right? They're grown-ass men. Stop giving them help. Stop giving them pity. All right? They tripped us. We deserve the power play. Not a freaking 4-on-4. So anyways.
Gary Bettman's NHL.
This is the world we live in. This is the Gary Bettman world that we all live in. All right.
Make the call.
And so, we get into the third period, and Colorado's still dominating us. And they get a goal. They tie it up, going to overtime. Stars are dominating the entire time. The Alexander Georgiev, the Colorado goalie, decides to turn into prime Marc-Andre Fleury. He decides to turn into one of the best goalies ever. He gloves everything. He's not seeing these pucks. The Stars were in front of the net the entire time in overtime. He's not seeing these pucks. He's gloving them all, just snatching them, just taking them out of the air like nothing. Like it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. This guy's not good. Their goalie's not that good. But he decides to become prime Marc-Andre Fleury against us. And then you also have some no-name, some fourth liner on the Colorado, escape Miro Heiskanen and to do some basic move on Jake Ottinger and score on Jake Ottinger. They end overtime. It's a horrible, horrible start to this playoff series. But you know what? That overtime, that third period, that second period, it completely entails the fact that the Stars only had a day's rest against the 7-game series against the defending champs when the Avalanche had a week's rest. And that's tough. Miro's not going to get outskated like that again. But he's tired. He played 25 minutes. We're doing a 5-man defensive rotation. We're not playing Lunk's Fist anymore. He gave up that only goal against Vegas in Game 7, and they don't like playing him anymore. So Miro's playing a crap ton of minutes, and he gets outskated because he's tired, and we lose because of that. And it sucks. The NHL shouldn't have made the Colorado series just a day after we played Game 7. We're tired still. And that's, again, that's the Gary Bettman world that we all live in. He sucks at scheduling. He's going to put the Dallas games at 8:30 as well, every single time. It sucks too for us. We're sick and tired of having 8:30 games. But look, Pete DeBoer said it best in the press conference, and what he said is that we need some of our. You look at the box score, and Colorado's top scorers, they're all dominating in the box score. But you look at the top scorers for Dallas, and some of them are not to be found on the box score. And he doesn't really call out any names, but he knows exactly who's calling it. And that's mainly Joe Pavelski. That's also Rupe Hintz. That's Matt Duchene. That's Tyler Seguin. They need to get some goals. They need to get some more action. They look horrible out there right now. That first line looked horrible. The fourth line's been playing better than the first line in this playoffs so far, in my opinion. It depends if you put Wyatt Johnson on the first line. I know he's been playing with them a little bit this playoffs, but the fourth line's been playing way better. And it sucks. Pavelski doesn't have a single point in this playoff so far. Ryan Suter has more points than him. He has more goals than him, too, in this playoff series. That should not be happening. And I don't know if it's, the age is finally catching up to him. He's tired. I just, it's just really disappointing to see someone like him and Duchene who've been scoring, who were consistent goal scorers for us and them to become no-shows, in the playoffs. It's tough. Same with Rupe Hintz. I don't know if they're playing through injuries either. If they do, sucks, man. It sucks. It's just been not a good playoffs for some of our top scorers. We didn't have Wyatt Johnson on our team right now. We would have been down in 5 against Vegas. So I just don't. I don't know what we need to do to get these top scorers involved, but it's obviously on the mind of Pete DeBoer, our head coach, and it's going to change eventually, I believe. But that's what I have about the Stars. The Colorado and Dallas, they have both really good offenses, but we have the better defense, and it didn't show in last night, but it will show in the series, I believe. So that's what I got to say. That's all I got to say, actually. That's where Joe Pavelski's been.
Pete DeBoer 8-0 in Game 7s, 0-5 in Game 1s with the Dallas Stars. Not surprising, though. They're in the exact same boat as the Mavs, technically. I mean, we know this already.
0-5 in Game 1s, but 3-1 in playoff series regardless of those. So, with the Stars. Yeah. So, it's working somehow. It's working somehow. Game one, it's the game of adjustments. You find out really about the team. They want to make you think that Game 1s matter. Game 1s don't really matter.
The LeBron James principle.
It is. It's the game of adjustments. So, anyways, we'll give a brief shout out to the Rangers real quick. I don't know how much we want to talk about the Rangers. I'm gonna be completely honest. Hey, we are number 1 in the AL West now. I believe we're 20-16 now. 2016. 2016. We'll be in the year 2015. People will still be talking about the year 2016. But
it was a moment. It was a moment in time.
It was a great year. But 20-16 now. They're playing the doubleheader. 21-16 now. Okay.
Yeah.
21-16. Yeah, it's been all Mavs and Stars for me these past couple weeks. I haven't been watching a lot of the Rangers, but I mean, look, doubleheader against the A's today. Both those games will be done. I believe we just traded for Robbie Grossman. He's coming back. He got his ring. That was one of the shortest. We need Will Smith back too. That's what we need. Lord. I know. Look, Kansas City's looking real good. He's a 3-time consecutive World Series winner. And Kansas City is looking like a World Series contender right now. I'm just saying. He's working
his magic. But, this Mavs team, this Rangers team is really starting to heat up. I'm liking this offense. They're finally starting to turn up. We just cannot catch a break with all these injuries. And I cannot believe this team is still in first. I'm enjoying that the Mariners are not really heating up that much offensively. They had a good game last night against Minnesota, but I don't fear anything about any other offense in this division. Houston is looking just terrible. And they're dealing with a lot of injuries too, but man, they're not getting a lot of help from their offense either. But from the Rangers' perspective, I'm glad that their offense is finally starting to heat up. A 10 spot that they posted yesterday in the second inning against the A's, that's looking a lot like the offense from last year. But the injuries on the pitching side, Dane Dunning is now going to the IL again. Nathan Eovaldi,
it's unbelievable.
The ace, all of a sudden facing groin issues. He's going to be gone for at least a week and a half. We're going to have to call up maybe Owen White again. But looking ahead, Jack Leiter, he's probably going to pitch the second game of this doubleheader today. Well, obviously, this will be posted by the time. The game already happened by the time this is posted, but Jack Leiter is going to be pitching as well. So we're going to have to see a lot of guys step up. And I'm more disappointed in Evan Carter right now because the fact that they trade for Robbie Grossman right now is because he can hit left-handed pitchers. And seeing that Evan Carter is probably going to be platooned again in left field because that's the only reason you get him because nobody else can hit left-handed hitters like Robbie Grossman on the team. And even though he's been on such a trash team like the White Sox this season, he still had really good left-handed numbers. So I'm disappointed that Evan Carter can't get more playing time, one, against left-handed pitchers, but also that he's not adjusting well against them because the only left-handed pitchers he's going against is relief guys. And it'll be like a random switch that a manager makes that kind of thrust him into that position. But kind of disappointed. He's still a young player. I don't want to act like I hate him, but, I hate to see that Robbie Grossman is going to come in and take some more reps and sadly play left field again because it looked like he really was not a great outfielder last season for us. So I hate that from his perspective. But overall, this team, first in the AL West, was not expecting this team to be 5 games over 500 at this point in the season. Somehow this team is first. And if they win both games today and the Mariners lose one of them, we could be 1.5 games ahead in the division. So I really like this team so far.
Well, how about the A's being close to 500 right now this far into the season?
Hey, man.
I was pretty surprised about that.
That
They were cooking.
I thought they
For the series.
They do.
There's a reason why they schedule. You don't just schedule a doubleheader, bro. Like when I saw that like 2 weeks ago that they have a scheduled doubleheader, that means that they don't expect anybody to watch this. They don't expect anybody to be at their stadiums. They're just like, we can have this scheduled doubleheader on a random Wednesday afternoon because we know nobody's coming to the game. Nobody's gonna watch a broadcast. And the A's apparently didn't want to play 17 games in 17 days. And so they're like, you know what, we'll just mash it all on there so you can have an off day on Thursday. So I thought it was pretty funny they scheduled a doubleheader because I've never seen that before in my life.
That was pretty interesting. I had to double look. I was like, are they? So there's 2 games today? There's 2 games?
Very weird.
I had to check. I had to double check. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty crazy that, you know, like for somebody like Robbie Grossman, you're looking at, you know, just 5 weeks ago, you could have just picked him up on a minimum, you know, a minor league contract or something like that. And now you're having to give up a prospect that's looking ready for him 5 weeks into the season, you know? And so, you know, you messed up. You know, you messed up somewhere if you're going to do that. And unfortunately, I don't know how much it is on the front office because Evan Carter, again, is not the only one who's batting really bad against lefties, but basically everyone's hitting pretty bad against lefties right now. But Evan Carter is the exception because it is his position that Robbie Grossman's going to be overtaking for a little bit probably because he batted 309 against lefties, and we need that. I believe that the A's are putting out a lefty for one of these 2 games today, Sears. So we'll see if, you know, I don't know if Robbie Grossman's going to be with the team already, but if he's not, it's a great time for some of our players to get used to batting against lefties again, because apparently we don't know how to hit lefties.
Apparently.
And yeah, I mean, the injuries suck. Our IL team could probably beat the White Sox. I don't, probably, no, they would. They would beat the White Sox. But other than that, yeah, that's really all I have about the Rangers.
Oh, let me shout out this
anything
bullpen.
else?
Yeah, let me shout out this bullpen.
Go ahead.
This bullpen, at this time last year, Will Smith, like you said, was closing out games for us. Will Smith. Brock Burke was his setup man in the 8th inning. It's been night and day so far this year with the free agent signings of CY, with David Robertson coming in around the 7th, 8th inning, and Kirby Yates closing the door. I hardly even have to be anxious. I'm not even sweating anymore in these 8th and 9th innings most of the time because these guys, with their old age and all, their veteran status, they are making sure this game does not get out of hand. They're closing the door on a lot of these winning opportunities, and I couldn't be more grateful for them to start this season because we really needed it last year with that atrocious bullpen, and it's been much better since the game we've seen in Houston a few weeks ago. So I'm glad that we're kind of turning it around.
And Leclerc, man. Leclerc finally not getting those, you know, not being put in the situations of safe situations, yeah.
Yikes.
So the bullpen does look a little bit better, I will say that. So got a long week ahead of us for Dallas sports. It's going to be a long series for both the Stars and the Mavericks if they want to win these series, move on to the conference finals for their respective leagues. And of course, the Rangers looking so injured right now, just trying to survive this first half of the season. And so far, they are head above water right now, and they are doing good. So, going to be very interesting to come back next week and see what our attitudes are towards these teams next week. We'll see. Because right now we're mad about them. We're mad about them, but we still got the optimism. We'll see what it is next week.
One good
stretch. What, like 2 games from each series finished or 3?
They're playing on the same days, right? Like it's so weird. Like
same day, same times. It's so stupid.
Man. That is the most stupid thing I've ever seen.
I had the Mavs game on my phone while I was watching the Stars at American Airlines Center.
That's so bad. That is so
bad.
But
it was good though because I didn't even have to look down on my phone. Every time I looked down on my phone, there's free throws being shot, so I wasn't really watching the game anyways.
The shade was different, man. I forgot. I wasn't familiar. I was not familiar. I don't watch the OKC games.
I was not familiar.
His whistle is crazy.
He's getting Braun whistles. Like, are you kidding me? Prime Miami Braun whistles.
It's absolutely nuts, bro. Harden whistles
It's like so. Yeah, it's like, man, I'm like watching Prime Harden again or something.
Unreal,
But
man.
without the step backs and all that.
Can't even breathe on this guy. I mean, you can have all these physical series like Clippers and Mavs, Timberwolves, Nuggets, but all of a sudden when you play OKC, you can't have any physicality. I don't understand why it is, but
Yeah, it's not like Shea's It's not like he's driving faster or harder than any other.
No.
Anthony Edwards is just as good as a driver as him. He doesn't nearly get as much free throws as Shea.
I don't understand, man.
So
Crazy.
It is crazy.
That's
that's it.
31 points gets his Mr. 31 points. He didn't get it last game, but he
Stat
did get it
pad.
next game, I promise.
Stat padder. That's crazy. No, he did do that. I forgot he did that. Anyways, do y'all want to put out your socials before we head out?
I would love to.
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, at Joseph_Duffy99. That is, again, Instagram and Twitter. I really am only on Twitter. I only post on Instagram when my team wins. But it's really just at Joseph_Duffy99 on those two platforms.
That's how I figure out the Rangers win nowadays, is if I check Joe's Instagram.
That's all you gotta do. Get that story.
If there's no story up,
15 runs? Okay.
if there's no story up, I'm like, damn, man, bullpen must have ruined it.
Now, bro, Courtney used to say that last year, too. He's like, you haven't posted, like, the story in a minute because we're on a losing streak. That's why. We're not winning.
I've been seeing a lot of Joseph Duffy, the circle. I've been seeing a lot of circles on that Joseph Duffy.
I'm not missing it, bro. When we win, I will post.
Joe, you good, man? I haven't seen you post on your IG stories, and now we're on a 6-game losing streak right now.
Why. That stretch when we're losing to the Twins like over and over again. Oh yeah, I didn't. Post
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on that stretch. Not even wins. I wouldn't even post wins.
Bro, all the wins were so pity.
All right, Courtney, did you put yours? Did you say your?
Oh no! But I would love to also put myself.
Yeah. Why not?
So my Instagram is gonna be clivesdalife. You will not get any congratulatory wins on me. Except if they win the series, I'll post it. And then Twitter, C_Machado.
And then my Instagram is TJ.Krolowitz. X is TJ_Krolowitz. And then you can follow the 214 Sports Show on X/Twitter and Instagram at 214 Sports Show. Also TikTok. For a limited time only now at this point, I believe. We'll see how long TikTok stays up. But you can follow us at 214 Sports Show on all those. We give in-depth analysis, some more of our takes on those social medias. So we'll appreciate the follow on those too. You can follow us also on YouTube and Spotify at 214 Sports Show as well. That's where we post our streams every Thursday at 9 a.m. Would love to see you guys, join the family, subscribe. And that's about it. We hope you guys have a great weekend. And hopefully you get some good Dallas playoff wins this week.
Sure hope.
All right. See y'all.